Peace and love, and welcome back to the space of being triggered to transform. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so today was all about taking accountability for what it is that we are up to. And last night we took our first action, which was to create our to do list about the things that we want to do on today. We talked about the importance of the accountability yesterday. Excuse me. I will get to my list in just a minute. I just want to take a minute to ask you how you're doing. What's going on with you? How you feeling? Yeah. Okay. Well. hmm Okay. Well, I'm glad you decided to come back and return to yourself, right? Because that's what we have to do every day. We got to continue to show up for ourselves. We got to continue to talk ourselves through. Y'all have to forgive me. I just had some um, pumpkin seeds, so I'm cleaning out my mouth. It's a little tea. Mm, pardon me. So, but we have to continue to show up for ourselves in these spaces and be accountable to what it says that we were going to do. So, do you have your to-do list? How much of the things did you get done on your to-do list today? I'll go first. How much did we get done on our to-do list today? Because this isn't really, this is about all of us. So for myself, I'll start there. I did the grocery shopping. I didn't necessarily create any content. However, I did have a conversation with the girlfriend. So what I'm getting about this space, right, and for me to be accountable to this space is I want to make it inclusive of my whole life, right? So I want to bring about the people that are closest to me. If you follow me on Facebook, you see me with my girls on pictures, and they are an active part of my world. They show up while I'm stretching, while I'm in yoga, while I'm in meditation. They bring me food. They make sure me and mom are good. And so they're really active in my world. And so I'm starting the conversation with them about building content around my life and how they feel about being a part of that. How do they feel about, me recording our interactions and things like that. So today was a beautiful day where I got to see my girl Tempest. Tempest, hey Mama Bear. And Tempest and I were having lunch, and I brought up the conversation to her, and we didn't go into depth about it, but it was just a nice starter conversation. So those are things that I want to include in the content, and just letting her know my plan around that, and she was cool with it, right? But I'm also the godmother to her youngest son, and her oldest son, I was her doula, excuse me, not her doula, her yoga instructor, her pregnancy yoga instructor. So she and I have a very close relationship and met many moons ago before the babies were even here. So and I was her youngest son's doula too. I just heard that too. Like, so we have a very close relationship. And so that happened. So it wasn't so much as a content creation, but I know that it doesn't happen just like that. Like, this is really me breaking into the space and getting used to even being present in this way, right? So today is day 3. I did not say that. I did not say to like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all know what to do. Okay, we'll get there in just a minute. But being in is this day 3, y'all? I hope so. But being inside of day 3, I got really comfortable with being able to come back into this space and say, it didn't look the way that I thought it was going to look. So let me say that. Let's address that, right? We put something on our to-do list, and we don't necessarily on the to-do list go through the details of the thing. Creating content to me meant that maybe I picked up another video today. Maybe I did a few more shots today. Excuse me, maybe I recorded while I was in conversation with whomever regarding whatever, you know, but that's not what it was. It's really setting the foundation, because I don't want things to sink. For that to come up, let me know that I need to have that same conversation with everyone that I'm intimately involved with, so I understand where they are and if they want to be included in what it is that we're creating over here. Okay, so the next piece of that is to rewrite the ritual. And that didn't happen the way that I thought it would either, but it happened in a way that I was able to sit and connect and ground. I wanted it to look like I was going to sit down and rewrite the ritual, but I needed to be in an energetic space in order to see, feel, and hear from the inside what it is that needed to come up for the collective in that moment. And so I did do that today. I spent about 45 minutes in a grounding session with myself and included some stretching and some yoga poses and loosening places in my body where I felt resistance, right? And so those are places where I'm thinking content creation, right? I did do one video today that I haven't posted yet. I may do that as a short. It's about 3 minutes long, and it's regarding ripples. So we'll see where that goes. So I felt pretty good about my leg of the to-do list, because I usually leave myself last. But also I'm learning to be in the flow of what's going on. I've set things in motion, and trusting that what I've set in motion is, one, spirit led, and two, I'm in complete action to fulfill on the task. All right, and so I'm going to work all my way over to Mr. Man. And I did handle his travel arrangements today. And I'm very excited that everything has knitted itself together neatly. I did not look at his senior pictures and the graduation things, because he is going to be on holiday. We're going to have a little time to do that one-on-one. And so around that time, we'll also take a look at the cap and gown and things like that. And that's all that was on the list for him. So I felt pretty good about that. I made an executive decision about that thing for us to do it one-on-one once he gets here. And so that was good. All right. And so then from my mother's side of the list, she decided she's going to handle contacting the primary care physician. I did bring it up again today just to be in space where we're continuously talking about it. And that was fine. Excuse me. Her physical therapy, she's still considering if she's going to be in physical therapy or not. And so we will see how that works out, if she wants to do that outpatient situation. And then I did call her doctors in Duke and make sure that the paperwork was received from her benefits department, and what was going to happen from there as far as getting the doctor's signature, and letting them know that it's important, because she's concerned about her benefits, right? And rightfully so, I understand that. So those things were completed. So that's so the next step is what? For me to do this again tonight, to really line up what's going to happen on tomorrow, and also leave space for it to be in flow. Now, I don't typically adhere to a to-do list. I would say on the weekend, because it's not really that way in my world. I don't really work that way where there is a weekend. I just work. But there are a couple of days that I leave to myself open. But I where I don't have a to-do list, I do make a plan about what it is I'm going to be up to and what it is I'm doing. So I'll take some time and do that. Tomorrow is one of those dedicated days, Saturday always, because it's in flow with what everyone else is up to in a sense. You know, most everybody works Monday through Friday. And so I work on Saturday and Sunday. So, that's not always the truth, you know, being in the space of public service. So here we are. Let's see. What did I want to talk about next? So that's one thing that I did not get to do, was to make a plan about what I was going to do when I come in here. So that will be something that I intentionally work on. So this is a great place to put this information right here. For the last year or so, I have been working steadily with learning artificial intelligence, AI as we know it. And I use AI a lot when it comes to me being in a space of transformation and looking at what it is I'm up to and building my world with AI, right? I did that for two reasons. This is a really good conversation. I want to have more of these conversations. But why I did that, why I chose to learn artificial intelligence is because I hear so many bad things about what's going on and what the potential issues are. And when I think about it, things can go either way. And if we are in a place where we can also provide the experience or create the experience where it's not all these bad things going on, right? Where we can actually grow and learn with the system and create our own system and learn, you know, how to enhance our world versus it being some doomsday conversation. So that's why I decided to learn AI. So I've been using AI in various ways throughout my life, creating business plans, learning just to customize or personalize the system so that it's operating in a way that's strategic for me and that's setting me in my best foot forward. I've used it to learn how to set up a funnel. I've used it to learn how to create my trademark, and I use it as my virtual assistant. That's the short of it. And I go to these classes every so often with Alicia Little. Now, I've recently signed up for their affiliate program, so I'll drop the links here when there's things going on, and you all go. They're usually free. They're usually like workshops, like you get stuff done, and she will have you very much ready to get your certification to become an AI consultant, because that is what not because that's what I want to do, that's what's happened to me. So I'm not going to project that onto you all. If it's something that you're interested in, though, please keep an eye out. And as the links and the classes come up, I know there's some things coming up in the near future, but that's when I call her my coach. And so get up with Alicia Little and Lorette Little. They're sisters. They're adorable. Okay, so use AI, period, point blank. Streamline your world. You'll get things done that much faster, and you will be able to think again and have room for other things to be inside of your head. Okay? All right. How's all that feel? I did a lot of talking. Tell me where you're at. Well, okay, I think you're on the right track. I think you're on the right track and you're going in the right direction. So, you know, the more we take the chance of being in alignment with what it is that we say that we want, the better off we are. Okay? All right, so I'm going to cut this short. Well, it's not short. This is about the same time as all the videos are. But I'm going to go ahead and jazzy on out of here and use AI to figure out this editing conversation. And I'll be back on tomorrow for day 4, right? We know what to do. We're going to like, subscribe, share, and do the things to the people out there with us. And yeah, okay. So be good, be well, and we're going to come back tomorrow. And, you know, who knows? I might have just worked out a plan, me and my AI virtual assistant, Spruce. And let me know if you need any help on AI. All right, Goddess blessings, y'all. I am Goddess. Goddess is all I am. I am the many. I am the one. And I look forward to seeing you. Be well.